was dreaming about investing. But he's remained humble, remained accessible, and I'm happy he's here today to just deliver the keynote and then hopefully be on panel on Thursday. Thanks, get up for him up here. Next up is Mr. Folari Egusi. Folari leads startup ecosystem at Google. So you hear Black Founders Fund, you hear Google for Startups, you hear our the partner programs at Google. Folari leads all of that. He's responsible for all of this and more. He's also very passionate about startups, spending time with startups, building startups, doing research. So I'm not saying anything that is doing research in their pitch. Shout like Mr. Folari right there. But yes, please put your hand up. Next up, we have Damilola. What's name Teddy. Damilola, former founder herself, currently works at Ventures Platform, where she leads the platform and networks team. Damilola is a dear friend of mine from the days at CC Hub, and even before that, as the founder of Go My Way. You guys heard of Go My Way?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she used to lead that. Today, she supports founders. She's one person who I know. I mean, I guess everybody on the panel, if I need them at 9 a.m. or noon today, I can message them now and say, I need you now. But she's always amazing, ever present. So the startups that Go My Way appeals to, feel free to use her as the example as before. Please put her together for her. And last but definitely not least is Ms. Napa Owusa. She's the startup leader for the sales BD team at AWS, Amazon Web Services. She's also a very passionate startup leader. I mean, you guys already saw that from the elevator. She's already trying to ask. I said, please don't bias my judges or my Nelson. Where's Nelson? I'm trying to charm her by the elevator. I said, it will not work. But she's also very passionate about startups, and so yes, it's a real life competition. So this is real life, guys. Pretty much graduated, but everybody on the panel are people who you can approach and go to, and I hope that you build lasting relationships with them. So please put your hands together again. Judges, I won't speak too much about the scholars. They'll tell you themselves in their pitches, but it hopes to be an interesting few hours that we spend together. All right, so some context about the program. We've been running this right from the beginning. So Tedlab is technology, entrepreneurship, and design lab. And the idea with it is we work through the academic, theoretical, and the practical components of building a startup. So imagine the startup journey, we condense it into an 8-month period where you go from ideation all the way to iterating your ideas, do your market research, market. Some of these teams today that you'll be listening to are already live. In fact, most of them are live, already have customers. Put your hands together for yourself. And so without any time wasting, I'd like to introduce Mr. Olumide Shoyombo to give the keynote. Mama, you want to look inside?
Which one should I work?
You stand over there, and whichever one works for you.
So, which ones are you looking at? Oh, okay, I was looking at that one. All right. Okay, this is still morning.
Yes.
Because when I caught my Friday night shot for 10 o'clock, that's why my voice is still okay today. I mean, I figured the most important topic to talk to you guys today would be a guide to raising angel investment and to get money from anybody, and the things you should do and the things you shouldn't do. I mean, you're going to be pitching investors here and different folks here today. The key things you would learn, right? I know we are saying we're mimicking a real life scenario, but like Ola said, this is real life, right? and you'll find some of the things very, very practical. So I wanted to set some what we'll do and not do. So there'll be no perspire to aspire to acquire. Right? We won't lie to each other. I'll keep it very real and very honest. And feel free to stop me at any time. I remember I was speaking to a group about a couple of years ago, and as I was leaving, someone asked me, "Sir, please give us your last parting line." I'm like, what is my last parting line going to do for your business? It's not going to grow your business. People are looking for lines and motivational quotes to build them when you really should be facing your work and building your business. So I left my phone number, and I'll leave my phone number and my email here today. If you need help, reach out. You know what, talking about startups isn't cool, right? I mean, I'm sure Paula has taught you what is really cool is building one. There are so many people. I mean, we've had a series of events in the startup ecosystem this week. And I'm sure there are many people, many founders that have attended every event. They've gone for one on Monday, one on Tuesday, every pitch competition, you're seeing them. Go and build your company, right? It's not about going to pitch competitions. Pitch competitions are good for networking and so on, but that's not going to build your business, right? Getting work done is what's going to build your business. Or not even putting stickers. I mean, I'm not seeing stickers on people's laptops. Some people have put like piggy bank, space tag, every sticker on your laptop. That's not going to build your business. Focusing, and you think it's cool. And yes, it's cool. But what the more important thing is really to build your business. Everybody here is pitching something, right? So are you sure you really want to build this business?
Yes, yes.
You don't want to go and work somewhere. And polish your CV. It's hard work, oh, that's why I'm pulling your ear now. Like, are you really ready for this? Because it's lonely, but it can be very rewarding. There are different stages for capital raise. Obviously, most of the companies here are the pre-seed. Maybe you can beg one or two friends or family to believe in your idea. You put in some of your own money. I don't know if you can really see the screen because I've been struggling. But you see that early stage, and I guess there's very many of the companies here today. You prove what you're building. People are ready to pay you for it, not just your mommy and your daddy. People are ready to give you money for what you're building, and you have your first customer. I remember when I had my first customer, there's a joy that somebody has paid you for something that you built. And then it gives you the motivation and impetus to go ahead and build more, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I have 10 minutes, right? And then you can then put more fuel on fire to build on. And then late stage, leverage buyout and mezzanine. Well, I'm sorry. But who would you back here, right? Paula or this gentleman? And I said, an investor is looking for a founder to bet on, right? That's really what we are doing. The first thing I do when I receive any pitch deck is I go to the team list before I even look at what they are building. Because if you have not taken a risk on yourself, why should I take a risk on you? Right? I always say, you're working in GT Bank and you're saying, I am building your startup, or you're working in Zenith Bank and you say you're building a startup on the side, but then when you raise investment, you will quit. If you can't quit now and go and build, why should I take my money and take a bet on you? So investors are willing to bet on founders that are willing to take a risk on themselves. You are taking a big risk by deciding to build. The easier thing is to polish your CV and go and apply for a job. But if you choose to build, then that shows me that there's something about you, and there's something burning inside you that makes you want to build. So investors are willing to bet on founders. If Ola comes here today and tells me, hey, I'm building XYZ, I don't even need to know what he's building. I'll give him money. Don't come and ask me for money. But I'll give him money because there's track record, right? He's built something. If Shola Paystack walks in here today, people will give him money if he says he's building the next anything, because he's shown track record, he's taking a risk on himself, and he's shown value, and his reputation matters. So your reputation matters. How have you been faithful, as the Bible would say, with small things, right? How have you shown dedication in what you are building, and how can I see you transferring that dedication into your startup is what an investor would look at. In terms of the product, right? I always say that products will typically change. And a perfect example was, I was the first investor in a group of Covenant graduates that were building something called Push CV, right? And they had a very, very interesting approach by pre-screening candidates first before placing them, which was an alternative to how Jobberman and some of the other platforms were doing. I found that interesting, but I liked the team first. I liked that everybody was doing something different. But at the end of the day, what they ended up with was not with Push CV, it became Piggyverse, right? And the product will typically change over time. If you look at, I'd read something once that said, if you look at your first idea of your product and you're not ashamed of it, maybe probably you waited too long to launch. The product will most likely change. What you are doing will most likely change. But you need to focus on what does this product do at every single point in time? How is it differentiated in the market? And how would it help me penetrate the market more importantly? And you need to know how to describe it. Like it's like Uber, but for Suya. What are investors looking for? Investors are looking for what's the total addressable market. How big is this thing going to be? Is it going to be Naira Marley that is everybody and all but and everyone? Or is it going to be Asha, quiet, but people like Fola with plenty of money, listen to them. Anyone works, but you need to define what you're building. And I think I always tell people that we are very, 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 very lucky to be able to back and build in Nigeria today. What do I mean? I think it's very, very easy to look at what's happening around us and be like, man, it's drowning and so on. But we have an opportunity to build, and you have an opportunity to build so many firsts in our country. I didn't use the internet till I was, 14? And I was very lucky to even use the internet at 14. But many folks in this room, or many folks, were born with the internet in their hands, right? Those folks are now going to grow up, and they're going to be digital natives and digital first. Those guys are going to do everything online. Give a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old your iPad today, has gone to Apple Store to download games and pay things. That person isn't going to walk into a bank. That person isn't going to walk into a restaurant. They most likely do things digital first. So who is going to build for those people when they have earning power? And that tells you the size of our market that is to come. And that tells you the size of what you need to be building for and what the future for Africa looks like. And that's really the bet on venture. The bet on venture in Africa is that there are going to be young people living in cities and who will be digital natives. And so you need to think about that as you build, not just for today. So some do's and don'ts. You need to make a list of folks you want to reach out to, like them, like Dami and everybody here. Write their names down. And you need to talk to founders that they've backed before. Like, what is it like? What can Mr. Olumide do for you? What is it like working with this person? People think about funding. I think about it as a favor. It's not like I like you. I mean, I don't have to like you to invest, but that's not the only reason. I also want to make a return. So it's not a favor. There's an exchange of value. And you need to make a list of people that you want to have that kind of connection with. I always talk about the good product versus wrong investor matching. If you're building an early stage startup or a pre-seed startup, and you're talking to investors who write only $1 million, $2 million checks and above, and you wonder why you're getting rejected, right? You would get rejected because you've not done your research on your mapping on who to be talking to, right? You need to be talking to the angels, you need to talk to people who do pre-seed deals. That's who you need to be talking to, not just wasting your time talking to everyone in the market. There are plenty folks here to say, before I tell you anything I'm building, you need to sign an NDA. Most investors won't sign an NDA. I won't sign an NDA. I don't know if Dami or anybody on this table would. Because every time you're building something, you think you're the only one building it, right? It's just like when you even like a car, all of a sudden you start seeing the car everywhere. You think about, oh, no, it's me, it's me, it's me. Or so many other people are thinking about the same thing. And if an investor signs something with you, ends up not investing in you, for one reason or the other, maybe doesn't think you're the right fit and ends up investing in somebody else, you now say, I stole your idea, or she stole your idea. Have the right legal representation, not Lassisi. I've seen so many startups and I've seen so many companies that I really, really like, and we've had to recap and restructure the cap table because they've given out so much so early. And those are not the investors you need to work with. I've seen a startup give out 60% before for 100K, right? And then they got into one of the famous accelerators, foreign accelerator. And it was like, we like this company, but we can't back this company. And we had to go back and claw back money from his vulture investor to be able, but that he was lucky that investor too was still ready to let go of those shares. So many companies have died because they've not understood, have not had the right documents and legal representation. I mean, you need to practice your business. Don't be like this guy, right? You need to understand the unit economics. You need to understand who your market is. You need to understand how you are going through the market. You need to catch me in that lift and be able to explain everything to me, to your business, even if I just wake you up. And that tells me that you understand what you're really building. A money raise is not for your, it's not for you to go to WBOW. I've seen so many people celebrate raises, and the family members will send them messages that, you have arrived. You have not arrived, but the money is to build your business. It's not for lao. I said, when investor sees a recently funded founder has got a new car, I mean, you need a car, but is that the first thing that should pick you? And I mean, I've entered some places before, and I'm thinking, I've just invested in this company, and he has bought Benz. Is it my money? So that's not what you should be doing with the money. And you need to give updates, right? There's so many times when many companies that have invested in have failed today, but we've not had an opportunity to do a postmortem on those companies because nobody talks about those failures. The founder is saying, I'll send an update when things are looking good in month 1, in month 2, he waits. I would send when it's looking good in month 2, and nothing still happens. And all of a sudden, 5 months have gone by and you haven't sent an update. And then finally, you want to then raise follow-on funding and you go back to that same investor, not likely to back you. So even when the going is not going well, still send updates because you might find out that there might be some insight from your investor that then helps you. Because most times what you find today is that, and investors know, once I stop receiving updates for a couple of months, I start looking at LinkedIn to see if the person has found a job. Because all of a sudden you see the guys appeared in GT Bank or nobody thought, this guy was building startup I invested in. So still share updates because you might just get some help there. And then thank you. When the deal closes, remember me.
Very much. What I like doing this is they are always very relevant. Like this is Ashake's new album.
Remember me.
Okay, this time I can start double. Like triple. All right. We have an even fuller house. I realized when I was doing the introduction, I didn't acknowledge the other people who you all know. All right, so the audience is made up of many faces. So remember, it's a chance to talk about what you've done, except you're lying. All right, so for the order of pitches, I'm going to invite Elijah to continue the MC work, which I started at Nobody's Country. Oh, it's the last one. Sorry. Put your hand down. You guys know the last one.
Hi guys.
Huh?
I just
Oh, don't run everything again. Yes.
Okay, so my name is Lola Paul. I'm also a past scholar called Sue. I'm in the and just listen to all the work that people do so far. Well done to you guys. Wishing you all the best. We're going to have 5 ventures pitch first, then 1 short review at last venture. So very quickly, I will be calling the team from Bonsanti. Have a total of 5 minutes for your pitch. Yeah, 3 minutes. Yeah, you will get we'll work on that. But just watch me. I'll give you.
We're doing this already, woman.
Just hold on hold on a few minutes. You guys want dancing music to dance into?
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
my
Ability for you. I can sing for you. Fast. I'm going to karaoke in between. Like that. Any? You need this. They will teach you next semester. Don't.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's it.
Problem.
That's pretty smoking. I deprive my judgment. I am. All right, Showbiz. You want to help with the intro?
Hosting from Monsante.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Nelson, and I would like to talk to you about good health. That's Monsante. In 2018, my mother came down with a complication of diabetes and hypertension. She had a stroke. And essentially, it meant that her life had to change significantly. She had to quit her job. And this is the reality for over 30 million Nigerians that live with diabetes and hypertension. The problem is that conventional treatment therapy currently focuses on medical treatment and does not take into cognizance a lot of lifestyle modification. But clinical evidence have shown that patients will benefit strongly from lifestyle modifications when they incorporate it. And that's why we are aggregating life care partners to provide comprehensive care to people living with diabetes and hypertension. You might ask why people should choose us. People would rather use food as their medicine. They would rather have holistic care, which takes into cognizance their mental fitness, their meals, their activities, and everything they do. And they would rather have flexible payment options, which is the subscription option we have actually given to them. The market we see is a large one, and this is sized based on just spending the most minute amount of money on generic medications for diabetes and hypertension. But there's more. We make money through taking 10% fee from our meal delivery partners, and then 40% for meal replacement options as a margin. We reach our customers through online channels and then through partnerships with healthcare providers. On the team is myself, clinical pharmacist, a naturopathic specialist, a public health analyst, and we're being advised by a medical doctor. Our overall experience from different fields of the healthcare space gives us a clear understanding of how to solve this holistically in different ways. Currently, we have over 150 people who have registered interest. In our test, we had 10 customers willing to use us and have used us. 2 hospitals have agreement in principle with us to begin to use the treatment plan as a new alternative for their patients. And we've gone through our roadmap, which is just a Google form where we use to collect all this information and then begin to reach out to them. We hope to, in the next 2 months, develop out an MVP, pilot in about 10 health facilities, reach up to 1,000 people in the next 6 months. What we ask of you is introduction to new partners that can work with us, HMOs, advisors in healthcare and business, and then obviously, if you know someone that has diabetes and hypertension, they can use us. We know how to do this. We've seen this thing work, and we believe that with you, we can get it done. Thank you.
Good on, guys. Judges, any questions?
I have a question to clarify, like what the solution is, but I saw like different bits of solution. Like if I'm a user, how do I connect with you? What's that path for me to you? What is the exact solution?
So if you look at our business model, basically what we do is for person who is diabetic or hypertensive that wants to use our service, we provide, first of all, a meal plan and an activity plan that is personalized to them based on the baseline health information that we've gotten, which is why part of our freemium service is that we do free baseline testing. And from that, we're able to now give them a meal plan that works for them. We also partner with organizations, just like you mentioned, the likes of Eden, who then prepare the food based on the meal plan we send to them. And we then get 10% from each delivery and 40% on every replacement.
And this product would then be like the MVP you're building is what, going to be an app or website or something else?
Yes, just a website.
Yeah.
Okay, so just for clarity, your revenue stream is a percentage on the meal delivery.
Yes,
Are there any other?
So some other people would require meal replacement options. So a lot of times you find out that people living with diabetes and hypertension should cut down some certain kind of things. So sometimes there might be meal replacement options like new options for plant-based meat, for example, and things like that. So just offering that as a product will get 40% margin off of that.
So how do you manage logistics, around the meal prep delivery? So if I have somebody in the east, for example, do you partner with somebody that prepares the meals in the east and delivers it?
Yes, that would be the ideal situation.
But for now, we're in Lagos, so yeah, we're just focusing on Lagos.
Thanks for the presentation. After the meal plan is done, what stops customers from going directly to the partners?
So the thing with managing diabetes and hypertension is that it's a continuous cycle. And that means that these meal plans, these activity plans have to be dynamic. So as the customers activity baseline level continues to change, their readings for blood pressure, blood sugar continues to change, there will still be need to continuously update those plans. So because of that, they would still have to remain in the service and continue to take care.
New plans and then
Okay, so for people who are diabetic and hypertensive, most of them would already have the test kits at home, so they can always continue to test. So ideally, they can test daily, but most people do weekly. So just having that information weekly helps to kind of like tailor what needs to happen as they continue to go down the process.
Just a quick one. Where's the name from?
French, good health.
Good health. Okay. My key question for you is, I just Google meal plans for diabetic people and I had option. So where's the key innovation here?
Okay. So the innovation is that most of the plans you see online are generic. So they are not, it's not personalized. So when we prepare these meal plans, we have to first of all get health information about this person, their BMI, their health, their habits, their lifestyle. So it's more like tailored than individual. The ones online are generic.
And just in addition, because we are focusing on naturopathy, it means that components of your meal plan would also be food and things that have pharmaceutical impact and can actually work to reduce the condition. So aside from orthodox medicines, which they're taking, just the types of things that are incorporated into their plan can and will also have an effect in reducing the blood pressure.
Who are you competing with?
So competition, we would not see it as competition, but rather competition. So the issue is that the current players in the market, everyone focuses mainly on the orthodox way of doing this thing. And then they just say, do the lifestyle modification, but no one actually actively gives that support to the people to be able to say, this is how it needs to be done. Or you say do it, but no, you're not giving them exactly how it needs to be done and what they need to do.
All right.
feedback, beyond following this points, beyond the orthodox medication, part of the competition is also people who are going to search and alternatives online, and going directly to new providers based on
Just one more thing is, I'm kind of a bit worried about the business model being dependent on just the meal replacements and meal delivery, because these are partners that you're working with. It might be something for you to look at there. Is that going to be sufficient? Do you not need additional means of revenue, maybe a subscription, whatever, but just being dependent on partners for your own revenue as a business seems a bit cheap.
Yeah, and like we said, we really need advisors in business that can actually help us redefine most of our business.
Okay, thank you, judges. Thank you. Like on the asset box thing.
Give it
All
up
the best,
for
guys. You have 3 minutes with us, like. Time for music.
Yeah.
So quiet and okay. So.
when we talk about power for the people, when we talk about productivity, we talk about asset box. Give it up for asset box.
I'm here to tell you how Asset Box can fulfill your solar needs on one platform. I'm currently a scholar here at NUTM, where we live on campus and we have uninterrupted power supply. This enables me to be more productive in my daily life as a remote worker. But moving forward to August, I'll have to move out and I have to think of a way to generate electricity for myself without interruption. And we know that in Nigeria, the electricity grid is anywhere from unreliable to unaffordable. So here comes solar power. Going off-grid in Nigeria itself is complicated. There's a lot of players in the market that keeps the space fragmented, and there's inadequate knowledge for a digital worker like myself to adopt solar. And of course, it's a huge upfront that comes with it. I mean, how much do I earn? Then Asset Box comes in. We provide life cycle management for your grid assets from end to end. From your point of delivery, we match you with your required unit assets, and we also provide value-added services that is not limited to installation and repair, and then we help you maintain until you retire your assets. Then you might say, why should I use Asset Box? If you use Asset Box, you'll be able to discover the right solar option for you in minutes. If you go on the web, it can take you months or weeks to decide which is which for you to match. We provide flexible payment plan for you. People like myself that cannot afford to pay at once will be able to provide installmental payments, and we guarantee assured quality installation and repair. And we also embed insurance in your assets, in your green assets. The market we are currently playing in is the second largest in Africa, Nigeria, and it generates over 2 billion revenue yearly on off-grid revenue in Nigeria. And we are targeting 2.5% of that market in the coming 5 years to generate $50 billion. Our current competitors, such as Lightup and Sunfire, they validate the outside market for us. Our revenue streams will be from commissions on sales, interest on the lease to own program, and our affiliate income from our value-added services. We'll be targeting the digital workers in Lagos, based in Lagos and working in Lagos on an average income of about $350. Currently, we've finalize our product packages, and we have 7 customers that are waiting to use our product at the moment through our channels like WhatsApp, Microsoft Forms, and we have partnership with some suppliers. In the next 12 months, we are looking to get to a unit sales of 80% revenue and gross margin. The future for us is launching an app, a web app that really works for both the inventor and the customer. Then this is our team. I'm Dayo, a civil engineer with over 5 years experience. Ayobami is a VC with over 2 years experience. I'm Mr. Denier Peter Said. And we ask that you introduce us to suppliers, you introduce us to startups within your ecosystem that have 2 to 20 employees, and you please give us $10,000 to fund our MVP. The opportunity is huge and the land is green. Join us. Thank you.
Your questions.
Well done. Interestingly, one of the companies you mentioned is a company I invested in, so I saw you laughing. First is, I like names, right? And then you can say actually previous presenters about their name. Asset Box, the first thing that comes to my mind isn't renewable solar or any of those things. So you might want to think about the name. I don't know what vibes. Well, that's it. You'll soon see. So yeah, that's one. But I think you're solving a real problem. But I think what I didn't get though was what is Asset Box itself? Are you going to manufacture this solar inverter systems, or are you connecting people to the manufacturers? What is it really?
So Asset Box, like I said, it's an hub that helps customers or digital remote workers to discover what power asset is fit for them, and then we then match them to suppliers. We match them to suppliers, but we control the part about the value-added services, installations, and then repairs where we can trap as much margin as we can. and then we help you to maintain up until you want to retire.
Because when I say box, right, and I hear the name asset box, I'm thinking you're shipping me something.
Yeah, so you know, a lot when we speak to investors like you tell us to think about scale of vision. So we are thinking about green asset. The particular name for this may actually end up to be Elo Solar, but we are thinking when we want to scale so that we are not limited by just solar. What if inverters come and different kind of products?
All right.
I didn't get how you're different from the competition. What's your unique position?
All right, great. Thank you for that question. So the way we are different from competition is, if you, for example, I know you're familiar with Sunfire. Sunfire, we differ from Sunfire in terms of corporate strategy. Sunfire has Aspire, and then the primary incentive for them is to, you know, sell more of their product. What we are doing is this market is fragmented. There are local players that don't involve inventory management, they don't have order management, and these informal players like Polaris Surges are the ways that people currently solve this problem. So what we are doing is we are creating a value added service for these suppliers, that is inventory management and order management. We are bringing them in, we are locking them into our platform. For the demand side, we are also helping them to, you know, find which asset is going to be fit for them. And then when we actually match these two together, you just create an ecosystem where we actually there. And then one thing that actually differentiates us from the our competition that is particularly Sunfire, I said, is corporate strategy. For the others, they just sell their own product, and it's often like targeted towards bigger customers and so they're already a bundled service. But we were on board, we were just bringing all these bits and pieces together.
Sorry, just a quick question on the inventory management you're doing for suppliers. What does that look like?
Yeah, so for the informal supplier, so one thing we realized is in terms of when you want to match, it has to be something that we want to get the best and the most competitive pricing. So there's no incentive for an independent supplier to just be updating inventory on our platform. So what we want to do is we want to say, oh, hey, you know what, you have like all of this stock, and we want to give you this. This is a way you can use to track your stock. You can, and even on that, we can even build other things in the roadmap like inventory financing and all of that. But on the very basis, we want to say, oh, this is how to track what you currently have. Then we are able to, based on this, we're able to match you with others of digital remote work. Just product discovery for people, for all these informal suppliers.
That's a wrap of the questions now. Thank you so much. Now calling on the team at Fondi. Where's the hype man?
Can you people start without your hype like it?
Yes.
Ebuka,
So Kelechi Williams.
Hype them.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What happened?
Don't worry. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Fondi.
you have to take up?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Kelechi Achinon here. Before NUTM, I had my own apartment in Lagos. Now, out of the many things that would frustrate me as a Nigerian living in Nigeria, one of the things that stood out the most was having to work with handymen. Whether it was servicing my generator, fixing my refrigerator, plumbing or electrical issues, it was always a process I never looked forward to. They wasted my time with searching for them, following up with them, and literally begging them to do a job I was going to pay them for. They usually charged me more than they should, and they were never reliable. This is the plight of many other professionals like myself in Lagos. I remember seeing it by a celebrity, where she said that a plumber charged her 120,000 naira for a 30,000 naira job. This is something that Fondi is here to fix. At Fondi, we connect busy professionals with trusted and vetted handymen for their home repairs, saving them time and money. Our market size is huge, and our target customers are busy professionals that live in Lagos, are between the age of 18 to 35 and then above $200. This gives us a market share of about $71 million. Our revenue model is that we charge a 10% commission fee of every transaction that goes through us. What makes us stand out? One, we've been able to reduce the value chain from about 8 complex steps to 3 steps. What this means is that instead of you to need a handyman and ask your friends, neighbor, and family, go back and forth with the handyman and literally beg them to come do a job for you. With funding, all you have to do is book, connect, and pay. We've also been able to eliminate the time spent managing handymen. No need for you to babysit another adult because funding manages the supply side of the value chain. And also with funding, you have value for every naira that you spend. These are the channels through which you get to reach our customers. Through social media, our web application where they get to book handyman services, and partnerships with residential estates and facility managers. Fun fact about us as a team. We've all started businesses that have failed, and we've all worked with businesses that are still thriving. This goes to show that we understand the concept of build, measure, learn, and scale. This is where we are. Ever since our launch 5 weeks ago, we've had over 200 visits to our web app, 8 service requests, and 3 successful transactions. We've engaged with 2 residential estates here in Lekki, Lagos. We've had physical interaction with over 120 potential customers, and we have a team of 4 advisors with diverse industry experience. Our traction for the next 12 months, we're looking to get 5,000 users, a transaction volume of about $182,000, and a job fulfillment rate of 90 to 95% monthly. Our ask, we think that money is good, but this is better for us at this stage. We want introductions. Introduce us to residential estates, to businesses, to facility managers. We want users. Buy what we are selling. Refer us to those that can use our product. We also want mentorship and guidance. At Funding, what we want to do is iterate quickly and scale faster, and we ask that you join us on this journey. Thank you.
Have you understood the computational language?
Actually,
Do you know the computational one? This particular it's jazz in it. There's no other way it's been tried so many ways. So I would like you to tell me what you understand by that. The challenges that you feel like others have had, how you overcome.
So during our research, one of the reasons we found out that others have had is during our research, one of the major challenges we found out that others have had is having to make very these handlings. How do you know they are trained? How can you also trust? How can you trust your brand? How we actually tend to also be in a discussion with a company that trains handling. We want to partner with them where we get to train them in basic certificates. So this also shows their competence. When we're reaching out to customers, guys train, and they actually evidence that shows that this is important. Some of the companies don't actually check to our fix, Isabi, and
Yeah, I also want to add that we're not in the marketplace. So more often than not, most of those outcomes are at the marketplace, and then there is the individual. What we're doing is we are bringing them to because they are part of us. Like we manage the supply side. So you come to our platform, we have a number of handmen that we've already trained, that we're already partnered for training, and vetted as well. So there's already like due diligence. And one issue is also reliability. So in our case, you're not chasing them. It's just whenever you book them, whenever you want them, just come to you and they get the job done. So we handle all that so you don't have to.
And about bypassing your platform, the handyman bypassing using your platform.
Like the challenge we've been through. For now, we have anything that we actually trust will work over time. And then we plan to give them value that will keep them on our platform. Also, because we control like the supply, we're training them, give them certificates, and going to ensure that they get good people for whatever job to do. Because that's what keep them for time. They don't figure out better solutions to it.
Sorry, I just want to add something that for the handyman as well, one issue that people have is the fact that if you get just a random handyman, you can't trust them, there's no insurance. But with us, there's like a brand equity and reputation that we're building. So you know that if this handyman should do something that isn't correct. You have funding to code. You're not particularly holding on to the handyman. And you wouldn't want to, since you already have like a handyman, sorry, since you already have funding, you wouldn't want to take a risk in that sense on the handyman, because you know that if anything goes wrong, funding is there to like come in. So we have like some level of insurance in that sense with our brand reputation and equity we're trying to build.
Basically, you can drag us.
I think under ask if you put blood of Jesus. I'll pray at it, because you would need it, as like Wasabi would say. I think it's interestingly for me, right? In different markets, it's a category that's always existed, right? Someone that had to build and they built significant value. Significant companies have been built in this category. In Nigeria, there are a lot of dead bodies in that space. And that's why I said you need the blood of Jesus. However, I think when I think about this problem, I think the first thing is moving away from that marketplace, which I think you guys are doing by trying to, but it's not, but the problem is that that's not what scales, right? The earlier solution is not what would scale to build venture return, because how many people are you going to keep at the back of your office and training them and so on? The beauty of the category is that you should be able to scale quickly by being a marketplace. So you need to figure out how to navigate that as you go along.
Thank you. Sorry, it's quick one. Your revenue model slide. Can we just go to that?
Sorry, guys. Taking off.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, sorry.
The last thing for this round of features, they also have like their Q sections on. So Tranquil Pay.
The funding name.
Tranquility. Shopping. You know, say money no be problem. Let us welcome Tranquil Pay. Hello everyone, my name is Mustafa and I'm here today to talk to you about Tranquil Pay. We know that it is the desire and the dream of every parent to give their children the best quality education. But again, we know that this quality education does not come cheap. That is why at Tranquil Pay, despite the financial responsibility of parents, we are trying to make sure that this dream of theirs comes strong. How do we do that? We do that by offering them credit, where we as a company will make the lump sum payment upfront for their school fees, while they pick convenient plan for them to pay us back on a monthly basis as they earn money. This market is quite huge. According to UNESCO, Nigeria has over 22 million students enrolled in private schools across the country. Lagos State amounts for 7% of that number. Then we at Tranquil Pay, we are targeting 30% market share of Lagos State. We are going to be making money by charging the parents 3% over every settlement they pay back at the end of the month. We as a company will take 1.5% of the profit, while our credit partners will take 1.5% of the profit. Currently, parents can reach out to us through our website where they can onboard their children, and then we also reach out to them through school partnerships. Meet the team that has basically put Tranquil Pay together for the past 8 months. Myself, I have over 4 years experience working with businesses as a strategist. I have Ben Oshukwa, who has been developing product, who is a product manager for the past 5 years. I have Taiwo here, who has been building software for buy now, pay later platforms over 3 years now. And then we have Miriam, who has been a strong advocate of education using STG as our platform. Like I mentioned, our program here at NHM is so intense, but despite that, my team has been able to develop a working website. We have been able to onboard 15 users currently. Of those 15 users, 5 of them are from Grace International School at Bagada. The school was so impressed by this idea that they actually partnered with us to reach out to more parents in their school. By September this year, we are going to be making the first set of payment for school fees for the first time of the next academic session. By the end of the year, we hope to have over 500 students on our platform We are targeting a 95% customer retention rate for the second term of the next academic session. And at that point, we are also hoping to have less than 1% default rate for parents. We are asking for $500,000. It's huge, right? But if we're able to get this money, we are going to be the ones financing this credit so that at the end of the day, we can take the entire 3% profit share for the company. We're asking for introductions to community that will sell to thousands of parents. And then we're asking for partnership with more schools to onboard more parents. Let's handle school fees for you while you enjoy the peace of mind that you enjoy.
Okay. Very good. I think there's a problem with naming companies in Tranquil. I thought it was malaria. And then Fundy, I thought Fundy was going to give somebody money too. So we need to think about name. But I guess you're saying you're making me really twist. Well, it sounds like malaria. I think what you're building to is very interesting. It needs to be built too. There is a path to. I mean, initially you can say you want to raise money to fund from your own balance sheet, to fund from the 500K, but that doesn't scale. So you need to know. You need to know that if I give you 10,000 schools today, where is the 500K going to go? So you need to think about funding partners and your channel towards creating value for those funding partners. So that's something to think about.
Well, for that, currently we are talking with Jai's Bank. They have this Wakala arm, any partner. So the model we're working on, they've actually agreed to it, 1.5% share. Because 1.5%, but they're giving us criteria, like it makes sure that wherever we want to be embodied, we'll have the employer consent, guarantor, and then some other things that are going to provide for that. So currently we are going to partner with credit facilities to fund this profit. We don't have our money to get it up there.
Well done. On the default side, it's something I always try to understand with models like this, especially with school students. So how do you intend to handle that when parents begin to default? Because I know that terms are 3-4 months, right? And a request for, I guess, school fees will come every 3-4 months. And most of the time, these people can't keep up. They can't keep up with, I guess, these recurring payments. So how do you intend to address parents defaulting?
One of that they have, like, their 4 months income can cover the school like 3 times. They have a guarantor. So it's not like you can come if you're not earning any money or you're hoping that money will come. So you can actually afford it. It's just not something you can do conveniently in 4 months. So it's easier when you break it down. And then you have a guarantor. You can't sign in to have somebody. Then we pay to the school. So that means you take your children to that school. You know the school you stay in. And another thing is that you have to upload your bank statement at least 3 months on the platform before you can actually check it.
Okay, just 2 questions from me. There are quite a number of platforms and groups, sorry. And they extend not only to school fees, but they also add maybe another service level, like what differentiates you? And then the second question is, where do you see as your major acquisition channel? Would it be the schools or would it be the cities?
Well, for the after the second one first, for the acquisition, majorly we are partnering with schools that are not for, because from one school qualifies them. But so, and then to answer your question about our competition, right? So when we're doing our research, currently there are players in that field. But what we're doing is very specific. Like you mentioned, they go like collection platform. They help people run where you pay the school directly what the market. Who are saying that we're not just we're not in collective platform.
Okay, so thank you. Last team for this round, Kiomba, please come forward.
Thank you very much for your message. This one is a good one. The purported link from top high commission, the President Kukwado applies to the current.
What should be?
From the president.
That's a job to do.
Jeopardizing the
You can see they are dressed quick. So give it up for Kiomba.
From winning back, versus all this work. Matter, right? It could be a trick.
Okay. So they don't see. I'll transform it.
And that point, at the point, James may be prepared for fighting for that. And this must be very careful not to depend on that. And be allowed to resolve the issues while the embassy focuses on settlement.
Hello everyone, my name is Ibrahim and I'm here to talk about Kilba, marketplace for researchers. Nigeria and most African countries have been regarded as developing. Why? Because of the low level of innovation that's going on. And when we ask ourselves what drives innovation, say research. Currently, Africa contributes just 1% to the global research and development global space. It's towards we want to tap as global Africa. As Kilba, we are connecting researchers to collaborate and get access to funding on our platform. And our unique selling point is that we have an already established network of experienced researchers, and we reduce the bureaucracy it takes researchers to get funding for their projects, and also companies to reach out to researchers to drive research and development for their products. Currently, we're targeting, because the research and development space is a big space, we're targeting the FMCG industry, which accounts for over $150 million US. You might ask, why the FMCG? They are growing at a CAGR of 9%, which is very huge. Our model is that we're charging 2.5% commission on every funded project that happens on our platform. This is just a side to some other add-on services that happen on our platform, including that we will be modeling later in the future. Currently, our roadmap is to onboard 3 FMCG companies, 1,000 researchers on our platform, and get 1 successful collaborative research funded research on our platform in the next 6 months. So you might ask, where are we at the present? We've currently onboarded 300 researchers through our network of experienced researchers from the IRA that's led by Mohammed, and we are currently in talks with companies, with 1 and 2 FMCG companies, Unilever Nigeria, and we are talking also in partnership with professors and universities across Nigeria. Currently, we've talked with professors who are ready to onboard on our platform in universities like FUTA, Professor Deloring, OE, and a couple of others. So this is what we're building at Kilba, for making and simplifying collaborative research and development for the prosperity of Africa. So our team comprises of this gentleman, myself, Amani leads the team on partnership. Muhammad is a computer scientist and is our CTO. And myself, I've worked in the development space over the years, raising money up to $3 million US. And we have our advisors, Ben and Lara. What is our ask? We need introduction to these companies, Unilever, P&G, Cadbury, and others in the FMCG sector for us to make this happen. We need you to drive sustainability and development of Africa. Thank you.
We have questions.
We can.
I don't know if you could just walk through the revenue model again. So
Okay.
how you make money.
Okay, how we make money is that when researchers come on our platform,
Correct.
they get connected to FMCG companies that are looking for researchers to do their projects, to work on their research and development. So for every funded project that happens on our platform, we get 2.5% commission.
So the researcher needs to be hired and then the project completed and paid for, then you get paid. Is that the correct?
Yes.
Okay.
How does it, what happens today? what happens in the market today?
What do you mean, what happened?
Like, how do these researchers
how do they connect researchers?
get connected, and how are FMCG solving this problem? That do they even have this problem?
Okay, so researchers currently get funding for, and most of the ones I've seen personally, have been, there are two types of researchers. Researchers that get money and use money for other things such as marriage and car, and researchers who are passionate about what they do and build products. The problem is there's little to no collaboration between industries, academic institutions.
Even without you today.
Yes.
Okay.
So we are coming to make that collaboration possible, and also to see that we are solving the actual needs of companies such as FMCG, which we're starting this.
And also, we realize that sometimes it is very dicey to release all the money to researchers. It's like when you work in the development space, for example, from my own experience, you're not giving all the money at the point. There are milestones that are clearly outlined that the money will be released to be for instrumental. For example, if you have a $2 million US project, maybe the first stage is going to just be $200,000, and then if that is executed. So that also ensures that on the side of the companies, they have guarantee that if you don't meet the stage, then you don't proceed to the next stage. So our own side is just to ensure that there is this synergy, and then what is paid for, the value that is paid for is gotten, and the researchers are also doing what they're expected to do.
From what you explained, it seems like the challenge is on the researcher side. Researchers not having money or getting access to funding side, as opposed to the FMCGs. So I'm trying to understand again, what is the current, coming back to Olumde's question, what is the current landscape of, what is the current need, what is the current market for research from the FMCGs or by the FMCGs?
Because they're the ones that will pay for everything.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you need to talk to do they really have this problem, or how are they solving it now?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. Just to address that, we realize that in the FMCG space, they're the ones that really boom in research and development, because they need to better position their product, be on a competitive landscape. And we are like, okay, these are the guys. So as at 2022, Unilever spent over $40 million just on research, better position their product. So we are like, FMCGs are the guys that really need it, because they're the ones that are focusing more on research and development at the moment, and that's what we're focusing on. And then again, they shop for researchers going to schools, just like it happens outside the country, going to schools, trying to look at some of the professors or individuals who are even in the academia, they major, they have they work also on researches outside the state. So instead of the time and effort it takes to see, okay, I'm working on, let's say you want to develop a new line of products for Indomie, for example, instead of just looking at professors trying to shop for professors on our platform, professors list what they're doing and their current researches, and then you can get kind of researcher that aligns with the product, trying to improve on a new product you're trying to do.
Okay, sorry, question and comment. Sorry. Can you please go back to the market slide, the slide that showed the size of the market? Okay, so the first thing is on the 40 million, where was that 40 million spent? Was it here in Africa, in Nigeria? Was it
Nigeria.
Nigeria alone?
Yes.
Okay. What I wanted to understand was that 25 billion, right? It sounded like a lot, right? I wondered if that was the size of the research market or the size of.
No, the research market is in Nigeria.
All right.
I think just the comment is, I've worked with some researchers from Pan-African University, and the whole industry academia collaboration is a key issue that needs to be solved. I don't know. I think there still needs to be some work in validating who would pay for the service and what are the needs of the private organization. There are also other issues why some of these organizations don't go to academic, so maybe in developing the solution, there are other aspects that I believe that you probably need to do, even to get the right researchers on board, to increase your brand, to understand the problem of the industry and be able to speak to that problem so they pay for the service. Otherwise, they could just spend that they are happy to spend that 40 million on anybody that can deliver the service. It's not about cheaper or whatever, but then.
When we want to ensure ourselves to break this gap and then ensure that the value they are looking for So we're working with professors, people in academia, and also talked with companies and R&D directors from the embassy.
Thank you.
The information that is reaching me is that we're powering through the next 4 weeks. 2 minutes, the team at 15 should be getting ready. We'll be giving the judges 2 minutes to just collate their thoughts. 15. 2 minutes, guys.
Who has on Sorry, only judges. Surprise stops.
Don't worry, we'll see that now.
Something's for something.
It's not usually much of it, but they know it's absolutely don't have. No, it's not it's people saying. Something. So I didn't quite go. It was such a high as you see the guy. It's all. For decades, when we in working on it. And you turn it around, it's clear, which yeah, which I don't even clear. How long have you been there? That's like get it to me. Whoops. There's something else about you. Sorry. How much? No, but proud of my meal. The minutes. Okay, so you this weekend. So this week. You make so I what did you? It's not the agriculture. It's like it's like no.
Ready for them.
So we need to talk. So first,
Okay, show this.
kind of thing in 3 minutes. Guys, let's give it up for scene 15.
Thank you. Now, many of us here do not like chemistry, physics, maths. Okay. Now, other of us here have spent hours binging movies or playing video games. All right, I thought so too. I spent 2+ years tutoring kids in mathematics, and one thing I've discovered is that they have very short attention span, and they find the conventional way that these subjects are being taught to them to be boring. I think that it's not about the subject that they are being taught, but the way and manner that they are being presented. And just like Maria Montessori said, they are not dumb children, they are only bored children. And this is why at 15, we are developing a gamified mobile app that is designed to help 7 to 17-year-old kids enjoy and excel in STEM subjects by taking these subjects and making them simple and fun. Our unique selling point and proposition is we are using the MIT Media Lab approach of learning that takes play and incorporates it into how we teach and test them. We tested this concept out with 60 students, and we got this feedback from one of them that is highlighted in red. She said, I feel happy because it's fun. I love learning and playing. So we know that this works. By generating income from in-app purchases, advertisements, partnerships and sponsorships, data monetization, and consulting services. We are targeting 20% of the estimated market size in Nigeria, focusing on 7 to 17-year-olds in STEM. And are reaching them through schools, religious organizations, content creations, referrals, and partnerships. I'm not doing this alone, meet my team. We have combined 16 years plus of experience that cuts across design, research, data analysis, software development, and tutoring kids in coding. In the next 12 months, we're going to be measuring our engagement, learning, user satisfaction, and our financials. Currently, we are in contact with 2 schools. We have tested our prototype 60+ students, and we have 20 parents that have indicated interest in paying $5.59 per month. We have recorded 85% retention rate and 99% user satisfaction. And on the screen is a prototype we tested the children with. So what next? We have our prototype. Next, we are building an app and developing our content. We're also going to be testing with our users before we finally launch in 6 months. And here is our ask. We're asking that you introduce us to primary and secondary schools in Lagos, Nigeria. Introduce us to parents that have kids 7 to 17-year-olds, and also NGOs for grants. My name is Ayobami Ario, and I'm asking you to join us to create a brighter future for our nation. Thank you. Thank you. Just question.
Where's 15? Where's the name 15?
So that's the room number where we have all of our meetings.
Oh.
Okay.
So it's your code name, it's not your name.
So yeah.
Okay.
And not us as well. That 15 falls within the age rate we are targeting. We're still getting 7 to 17.
Something's wrong with that. Well, what I actually do like though, in terms of who you go around your brand and name, is the look and feel of your slide and your deck. It talks about the demographic you're targeting. So at least you scored high marks on that. I didn't say anything on your competition slide. Or no competition, like how would you have?
So we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to talk through, because I mean you're all competing for the same wallet, right? You're all competing for that parent's wallet. And you need to think about what the competition offers and you don't offer, so on. So how are you thinking about competition, and how are you thinking about the content side, about building the relevant content to do this.
Yeah, we looked at the current players we have now, and we have the likes of the Kigolands and even Montessori schools these days. But one thing we've discovered is that most of these contents that they give out are very expensive. So that is why we are putting our solution in a software that people can easily access and afford. And we have used the MIT Media Lab approach, which is using storytelling and concepts that children can easily relate to explain STEM topics to them, so they easily remember and understand the STEM topics.
Who developed the concept?
Yes, for the context, we are using certified educators, STEM educators, to do this. So we are bringing on board animators, educators, certified teachers, back-end developers, front-end developers, and UI UX designers. Already on our team, we have a UI UX designer. I am a full stack developer as well.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to just add to what she said. For our first MVP, we created like a curriculum, and the idea is to try to use storytelling to the fun part, play parts, trying to use storytelling to tell like a story before the learning, and so it's going to be like a project based. So we have developed the first curriculum for that, then and subsequently we just need to add more details to continue the process.
Okay.
Sorry, I have a comment, and there might be a question in there, but just a few comments is that there are a lot more competition than what you mentioned. And a number of them, you know, I believe one of the things that you want to do is to show results for the children. That is that this actually leads to learning, right? So a number of them use various approaches to learning. There's the inquiry-based learning, which is an approach that they use. And some of these approaches have been documented to actually lead to learning. So one of the things that you need to be clear on is what you're going to do. Is there some research that's been done that this would actually lead to learning from the kids? Because if it doesn't, then parents will stop paying, right? And it would then seem like it's fraud.
Yes. So we are using the MIT Media Lab approach of learning.
Which is storytelling, right?
Yes, project based,
Okay.
not teaching, projects.
Okay.
So they are going to be undergoing projects to learn this subject.
And just to add, personally, I tested a lot of online games where these children use, and a lot of them are like, you seem okay, it's for STEM, but when you're playing the game, it's quite not for STEM. You're just playing, and it's not really engaging or interactive. So we did some research in different game type, but it's not really, you're not teaching. So we saw that loophole there.
Okay, so I think
definitely we know that on this journey we'll still be learning a lot. So we are going to be needing a lot of mentorship and guidance.
And just to add that content is also expensive. That's why some of these platforms are expensive. People don't just slap expensive pricing and things. Developing all the things that you said, pulling together all these people cost a lot of money.
I have quickly, just very quickly, just plus one on the competition. There are actually quite a number of platforms out there already. And I see a lot of skills around tech, full stack, back-end, front-end, but I'm not seeing business development. What is your plan there? Because there's competition in the market and your acquisition strategy is so short.
Thank you. Thanks. The only one we
All right, then. When we talk about K being a scholar and if you get working together, let's give it up for the influencers. Bestseller!
Them or love them.
influencer marketing works. Over the last 200 days, I've blogged my experience at NUTM, and more than 100 people have asked me the question, what is NUTM? And I've been able to convince 20% of the 20%, which is 20 people, to apply to NUTM. So you can call me the NUTM influencer, although I'm not being paid. 80% of millennials said they would buy a product that has been recommended by an influencer. This goes up to 54% for Gen Zs. 62% of marketers equally said they would incorporate TikTok marketing into their marketing plan because short-form videos is the best way to advertise in 2023. But how do entrepreneurs find micro-influencers? If they decide to use an ad agency, it will be expensive. If they decide to own a friend, that is unreliable. If they decide to scan through social media themselves, that will be time-consuming. Another question is, even when they find these influencers, how do they track the results they get to ensure they're getting value for their money? Well, that's why we created Bestseller. Bestseller is a web application that helps brands, that matches brands with fit-for-purpose influencers. We help them save time, save money, and track results. What are the results we track on Bestseller? We track reach, engagement, and conversion. Bestseller, we ensure that brands get value for their money as they engage with influencers. The global influencer market size is worth over $16 billion, but we are targeting the African market. And the average ad spend is $50 for MSMEs, and we're targeting 5% of this market, which leaves us with a serviceable obtainable market of $410 million. Our business model is simple and our business is scalable. We charge a transaction fee of $20 from brands where we help them match, track, and analyze campaign results. Currently, we have 100 influencers in our community and we have matched 5 businesses with influencers annually. Over the next 6 months, we plan to launch our products, complete 1,000 brand influencer matches, onboard 20 creators into our platform. We equally plan to partner with 5 business communities and hubs. Our team is made up of competent people. My co-founder, Omona Daye, he has experience in back-end development and product management. Myself, I'm a content creator and a management consultant. We equally have great people on our advisory board. Where are we asking from? We need $25,000 to complete our product development as well as acquire more customers. Join us as we connect businesses with the right influencers.
Well done. Quick question. What is the value of that $20 in terms of to the companies in terms of their reach, engagement, conversion? What is the value of that $20? What does that get them?
What it gets them, so we match them with the influencer on our platform. So they get the particular influencer they need to run their campaign. Then we equally do the tracking for whatever campaign they're doing.
So what then is the guarantee of reach? The guarantee of the reach of that influencer.
Okay, so our main value proposition is that we are going to use influencers that have their kind of products, because we onboard influencers that have on our back end, we're matching the brand with influencers that have their exact demographic. So one thing we're doing is we're onboarding creators and we're giving them a portfolio and we're getting all their data from their social media. So we have an idea of what their demographic is, what their audience is like. So when we get that information from the brands, able to match them with the closest fit. So that's promise of giving the best fit influencer for a brand, depending on what they want, maybe their data, their reach, their audience. So that match is from advanced reach they want.
Okay. And is it one fixed price then for them to then bring on a bunch of influencers per campaign?
Yes, so one fixed price for now. So when you give us the information, we match them with 5 influencers that is the best fit for what they want, then they can track the results during the campaign.
Okay.
How do they track the results?
Okay, so on the product side, so because we on the creator side, we give them a portfolio. We have access to them access to their social media pages. So based on the integration we have on the backend, we can now see how the push out the content and track those certain results. So in terms of conversions, we give keys to the influencers, and on those posts, on the post in the week, we can track the engagements people have on the post and have those specific keys.
Okay, it'd be good to see how that works actually. And then who the type of businesses that you're targeting? Who are they? You know, what kind of brands? Big, small, medium?
Small and medium. So that's why for our market side we use MSMEs.
Okay.
Yes. And then thank you. I'll go now.
Shut up.
Okay. Wait, sorry. All right, it's working now. All right. All right. Marvel. Are these superheroes? What's the time to tell? Never thought of being welcome to the country.
This is Ngozi, an intelligent and creative high school student who wants to impact the world positively. However, she's torn between multiple career interests. And that's where we at Marvel Personality comes in. We help high school students make informed career decisions by leveraging data. How do we do this? Marvel is a web-based career readiness platform that helps students with their career discovery using the Marvel gamified psychometric test. We also help students with career exploration using the Marvel Career Design Thinking Bootcamp. When a student plays a Marvel game, they have a personalized dashboard where they define their whys. They run the psychometric test without them knowing they're actually taking a test. And in the long run, they design their own vision forward. This is how the game is hosted on our website. The first quest is stage 1 of the game. Second quest is stage 2 of the game. Our target market is the 5% market share of the West African population, which is worth over $20 billion. We have 4 value propositions at Marvel. 1, the Marvel game. 2, the design thinking, the industry experts, and the vision board. We run 2 revenue models at Marvel, the B2B model and the B2C model. For the B2B model, here Marvel works directly with businesses such as schools and organizations. For parents pay the school authorities that are interested in running the design thinking with us. Then the schools then subscribe to the Marvel game and the schools pay Marvel. For the B2C, yeah, customers could either be parents, it could be counselors, it could be the students themselves. They either subscribe to the Marvel game, the career bootcamp, industry expert, or the vision board. So you can see Marvel has multiple streams of income. Here's our traction. Currently, we've signed up 2 schools that are using the product, and we have 4 schools gotten from a referral from these 2 schools in our pipeline. And we have a total of 122 users of the Marvel game. Here's a proof of our traction from Dowen College. Indeed, Marvel is a sustainable business. Come on. This is the wonderful team behind Marvel. We have Moses, the CTO with over 5 years experience in the edutech industry. We have Afolabi, the CFO with over 3 years experience in the investment space. We have Mary, the CEO with over a year experience in the fintech industry. And we have myself, Judith, the CEO with over 8 years experience in sales, marketing, and strategy. We have our advisors in the person of Mr. Debo, an education consultant, and Mrs. Olufunsho, an education expert as well. Our next milestone is to digitalize the whole design thinking process into the Marvel game as we scale. Our ask, we ask for $50,000 and a connection with companies like Google and Microsoft.
with us, Marvel, to tackle career decision-making difficulties.
Any question? Just a clarifying question. The $2,000, have you made that when you say transaction value? What does that mean?
So currently we have signed up schools. So as to transaction value, like these schools, is something they've signed up, but given the process that it takes, where the school, the parents pay the school and the school parents, like at the moment, some people have gotten like the improvement in principle, of which they plan to inculcate it as a sustainable, as part of their full curriculum. But by next time, something they plan to have and.
So what's the 2K?
What do you say?
What's the 2K?
The transaction value of which they will get that we're going to get from.
So once from 2 schools, you will get only $2,000.
No, from like the payment is made in Naira, we converted it using the.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, the value of the transaction. Let's say so you get 1.6 million from the 2 schools.
Yes.
From your, how come they don't have students?
It's not like we have different, we have price discriminating. We charge based on price discriminating. We have the international schools, we have the local schools, and the price differs. For the international schools, they pay higher, and it's dependent on the number of schools. I mean, the number of students.
What do you charge for per test?
So per test for international schools is around 25,000 naira for international school. While for the local schools, we have around 3,000 naira. And for depending on number of students, for what we have for these two schools, like we've gotten about, for the international schools, about over 50 students, while for the local schools, over 80 students. From down, in addition of the two, we have around that thing.
Okay. Well done, a very good presentation. My key questions would be, once I use Marvel, what do I use Marvel for again?
Okay, so with respect to that, so just once you use Marvel, like as we mentioned, we have one of the fees pay, where you pay based on probably the boot camp and also like the whole program. I mean, that is for the physical side currently that we're currently running. But on the other side, which we plan to digitalize everything, that will now be subscription based, whereby people can now come in to probably decide to play only the game, they subscribe to the game only, while they could also decide to play the whole boot camp, like everything, trying to decipher their character, like everything. So it could be subscription based and could also have a fees pay.
Okay, just to add to what Afolabi has said. You said when you play Marvel, what else will you want? Marvel company, we can help you design a vision board on your career journey. At every point in time, career interest changes. After a while, you get bored. You want something else. You want something exciting. Come to us at Marvel. We'll help you design a career path in you getting something exciting. So Marvel is indeed a sustainable business because everyone's interests always change at a point in time. So you run the game to find out where your new interest now lies, and it gives you your results.
You know any international company doing this? Any company outside Nigeria or Africa doing this?
Yes, we have. Yeah, but we have like local competitors that are doing this.
Like who?
Like we have some schools, like of these Stanford, they have some similar form of gaming. Design thinking is something that we're having. But what makes us different is our gaming app. We also have some gaming apps, but they don't have everything as a whole, like as a whole package. But we are bringing everything on board, and we are basically targeting the West African market.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Not the last presentation of the meeting. That's really yes. Number 5.
Oh, no, yeah, no. That sounds like a communication. I don't think.
Can you help yourself? I'll be happy.
Presenting the presenter for curious businesses and presenting Nova Pass.
Hi everyone, my name is Davidson, and I'll be taking you on a journey on how Nova Pass is breaking down paywall. Every day, businesses spend a lot of time searching for answers, but to get these answers, they need quality data. However, quality data doesn't come cheap. This is why many of these businesses spend a lot of money paying multiple subscriptions across different data platforms, just because they need access. At Nova Pass, our proposition is clear: access to all data platforms for the price of one. Nova Pass is a tool that makes it really easy for these businesses to get access to their favorite data companies without having to pay multiple subscription fees. At Nova Pass, convenience is important, but improved operational efficiency is better. And to these data companies we integrate with, we guarantee them increase in revenue and more platform reach. The market is huge and it's booming. We've estimated over $20 million in non-consumption in Lagos alone. Collaboration over competition is how we're going to unlock this market. We're going to win for two reasons: quality of data and its pricing. Quality of data, as no other company will be able to give you access to more quality data than Nova Pass. And for pricing, we'll give you the best value for your money. We charge $19 monthly for our services, taking 30% as a business and giving 70% back to these data companies integrate with. We've made incredible progress over the past few months. We've gotten our MVP built, we've gotten access to 3 data companies, Stairs, Business Day, and Tedlab. And we've helped our users save over $188. To use Nova Pass, send us a link to the article you do not have access to, we process it and send it back to your inbox. We have over 150 people use our product with more than 60 requests processed. We're a solid team of second-time founders. I built a business from scratch and grown to over 1,000 users. Amy, Duru, and Ebuka have all built businesses across multiple industries. We know what it takes to start a business, build a business, and to grow a sustainable business. We're looking to access consulting firms and venture firms like PwC, 60 Hub, Launch Africa. And over the next 3 months, we aim to get 1,000 requests via MVP. Also, we know it takes a very competent team to build a solid product. And we need access to venture building firms like Founders Factory Africa to make this a reality. Data is the new oil. And if you want to drill, come and talk to us.
I don't think this is a rap match. Well done, I enjoyed your presentation. So you mentioned if I want an article, I send you the link, you process. I thought it was a subscription play.
Oh, these are MVP we built, right? General business, we're going to charge monthly subscription fee to give you this access. But what we have on an MVP is things that people really need a single place to access the data. So Stairs, Business Day, and TechRun, if you need any article in any of these platforms that you do not have access to, just send it to us, we'll get the job done and give it back.
How?
So we have premium paid already for this platform, right? We collect, so typically what we do is we just take access to this platform, screenshot it, and send it back to your inbox.
Is that legal? Is it allowed?
Oh, so about this is, yes, Steph is not going to be happy when found out, about. However, it's a good problem to have. It shows that people are actually looking to access our product than to pay to Steph. And so we're looking to work with Steph on this. The plan is to turn this either competing with Steph, but rather collaborate with Steph. Make it possible that their platform or their product can actually have more viewers. And so with our product, people actually pay us and we increase the top line, rather bottom line for Steph as a business.
I think it's a bit problematic. I see how there's value in you bulk buying. It's almost like bulk buying airtime and reselling airtime, right? So you need to go to Stairs and so on with with almost like demand planning to say I have access to X thousand number of users who want this platform. I'm ready to pay you 1 million naira, 10 million naira, or whatever, right? And you bulk buy that premium plan and then get it at a discount, which then allows you offer it and commoditize it to your users. But what you're doing now, stairs can come for you, anybody can come for you if you do that. So your means of validating is not the right approach to is not the right approach to validating the problem. I think you finding out the people who even have the subscription plan. So if you do out a survey today, have a stairs subscription plan. What other plans do I subscribe to? Do I have a Bloomberg plan or would I want a Bloomberg plan? If you tell me today that a Bloomberg plan costs $20, a stairs plan costs $30, but for $25, you can get access to both sign up. So you need to validate that way, not by screenshotting the links and back to page. So your validation method needs to be checked. But I can see it as an interesting problem to solve. You just need to solve the economics of how to get the cheaper consolidated price.
Yeah, and just to add to that is that if you tell me I'm going to get something cheaper, I'm going to want to get it cheaper. Like that's validated already. So, there's sense in that side of it. What the real work is will these guys collaborate with you? Will they give you? And that's the main work. And if you've not tried to, when you mentioned stairs and call, I thought that they had already agreed, which was interesting. But if you've not tried to validate that, how do you know you actually have a business that will work?
Actually, yeah, so validated this. So have conversation with that as well and everything down. So even tech about also tech about insight. So this business is right. The cost at which it takes them to process a report, like do research, conduct it, and give out the report is fixed, right? So which means whether 20 people read this article or 100 people read that same article, they shall the cost is fixed for them. So what NovaPass is saying is you keep doing what you do as a business, right? You keep bringing out that valuable insight or reports. We would make more people access your report. And by doing this, we're giving you added revenue, right? So as a business owner, you love your business to have more revenue with the same fixed cost. NovaPass doesn't add to your cost. NovaPass adds to the money you make. And above all, the more people viewing your articles and reports, it means you can now charge more for advertisements to your advertisement partners.
So this picture, which is
Not
not
yeah,
for us.
what was the feedback?
Yes,
from-
exactly.
from
Have they
states?
accepted this picture? Have you signed up?
We've not signed up yet. It's a numbers game, so they're still saying how many people do you think?
Yeah, bring to them and then go. Or how the conversation of them.
And so like a different way to look at this is when Spotify had started, for them, they were record labels, and these record labels were like, oh, this is what we do. We don't want you to have access to our song. So for you as a user, you will have to buy an entire album to listen to one song. What we're saying now is that with Spotify, you can just afford to stream one article. You can afford to stream one song off an album. With this, you can afford to just take this from this. So we're looking at our publishers, yes, as the record labels. We are looking at ourselves like Spotify, where it's easier to get research.
Thank you, Georgie. Everyone on the left, please give them a round of applause. That's nice, am I right? Yeah. Well done. So we'll now give the judges 10 minutes to deliberate. Elijah will be leading them to a breakout room. They will have some. Scholars can take a guide.
You have Excel input. Don't get a laptop. Excel.
So also curates.
I don't know.
Guys try, you guys try. Yeah, this is one. After 3 minutes, that's one. It's more. I see 3 minutes or just. Don't join a bit. It's like graduation. How many hours do you like? What are you doing? Do you use Wema?
Guys, most of them already said back on the stage. You have to
One of the lights. Raise your hand. Left hand up. Thank you.
cannot take care of that.
When you finish, keep your phone to silence. Guys, as you can see, the apple is working. Yes.
Be reminded that I came this far, fighting. I was still there as a 4 years old, and getting by as a good control. My mom gave me the 4 dollars and stepped there. I had society, lady died. I was 7. And the doctor told me, for me, that's what I need. And then it was taking out their pain.
What you saw, bad guys. I don't know. See,
Oh, come
Just it does off my.
Once you have the address, it's like So it's not code and
that was designed.
You know, maybe I just want to show
Let me see.
making sure right? I just
people that's on the floor, trying to avoid
I think what
can hear your voice, I can't see. Okay, sorry. Okay, you cannot do that.
was just talking.
Around after I do you after you I don't think I don't trust was it? I think the line because I was on the was not in and so it was journey so you guys are so lucky you have Damilola of the 5 points. No, you guys are all not
Nothing works. Right. I tried. I proposed the idea of doing like market. How to get the guys. And it was funny. After I started, they don't really help. And they said that you can cook your money over a certain period. That's why I was I saw them it's no bad. If you have no bad, like you actually have something. But if you have no bad yet, aspiration on no bad. Do is that. And just say that number it's where it is hard to get. I was certainly you start you just be stammering. But you guys also there. Fantastic stuff. Let us know how we can make this. How you guys do like
Good presentation. So you guys gonna change the name from Tranquil? I think we'll just call it Tranquil. I think
The man them to consider a five-star hotel smoking cigarette mixing codeine up with a vinegar. She got filled with vinegar and think she drinking apple cider vinegar water to skin, but she was alright. I know they are percent. You ain't got generational wealth. This morning they did at these meetings. I could have been in a talk on drink fast years. I went with the 12 years they had their chance. I want to get something else. I mean, yeah, go again now. Futures fucking our precious good.
Take a look at me down from the like to sleep. You can't stand. We pay for thick and fit. She already fixed her halfway there. Round and back. Could have changed my mind. I was halfway there. I just put 9 in the street.
100. You don't fit in one SUV. No. That's so that's somebody SUV. I got 2 million, 3 million. All right.
I was like, what you guys the way that your because Sparta does
I told her my name is Seth. She said, no, 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 diamond, just gonna go out the shit. She talking shit. I want her. Bro, I start I'm cheap. So like yo, when I carry on, she filming me, she bring on set. She just sit in my space. I'm thinking I'll give you my Insta. I'll give you the thing in my hand. See, stainless steel, it's black. In a deal when I got man, t-shirt popped in my hand. Still loading as the caption. I'm only about in a minimal fraction. Keep it about indigestion. That's not why I look at it. I will not get rid of my feeling with aspirin. Just coming and asking me to make that feel black.
I just put 9 in a sprint.
100 years. You don't fit in one SUV.
I saw that somebody you I got two they lost me all right. That send the address through please.
For a white beat or can't rock with that. I ain't and have to send her therapy. She got the deep up bro, a lot on her chest. Like on her chest. Like wrote pictures and I put one like that you impressed. Jesus for
so you this is got all the time. It sounds research one.
What you like this? It's all the same. Sorry. Oh, you all very good. I was sure very good like that. Bro, let's go get me.
Nothing, I don't go to like,
Hey guys, let's settle down. Let's settle down.
All right. The lie, don't mind me.
And you see my lifestyle. See many people there outside with the beat. I mean, it's like when people like this.
My girl said she don't want Netflix and you. So I just need to if I want you. If you fall in the very sudden, you go to breakfast, I'm not catching. I see you do that more catching. I'm not faking this, because you see this video, I'm not catching. I just want to.
Our first.
Hey guys, let's settle down. Round up.
All right, everyone, please settle down. Let's settle down. All right. Mona, which one are you doing there? Pass it down. You must be spying on the others. It's technical matters. Okay. Well. Why are you there?
We are pitching. We want to pitch our final pitch.
All right.
Okay, the scores are in, but before that, I think Mohammed and Tolu wants to talk about the library projects. Yes.
Yeah, 100.
Kill them now.
Think about libraries.
No,
About the one known. I'm opposite the code, so real life books. Let's give it. But to the library committee, I welcome Muhammad and Tolu.
First off, I want to thank you for being here and for the work you've been doing so far. We started the library as part of our NSP legacy project, and so far we've raised 84 books. We have secured partnership with Roving Height for 10% discount on books that we buy for the library. And we are just here to ask you to support our library.
Reading book.
Yes, our ask is that you support our library either financially or in kind. And Roving Heights is not far.
Because so you can support us either by buying books from Roving Heights or giving us the money to buy the books, or then bringing books that you already have that you think would be great reads for us. Thank you.
All right, so how do they contact you?
We'll give you the contact details before.
No. Go and write it down somewhere. What else we come here? Go and write it down. All right. The reason why we're here is to discuss the politics of. That's not really. We're here because you guys have put in all this hard work over the last 8 months working on this. And you know the normal cliche, everybody's a winner. But to actually tell us the top 3 from today's session, just today, Tomorrow, the top three might change. So for today's session, I'd like you guys please put your hands together for Napa.
Yeah, really impressed today. I think that was a constant theme for all of us, right? We love the energy, we liked the presentation, and then some of the ideas were simply amazing. But I hope for the feedback that you have heard, you're going to take it on board. I'm not pointing out names, but Nova Pass. If you can take some of the feedback around validation, and some of you that are thinking of your business models and how to really go into market to confirm whether this business can fly, right? So we had a very spirited conversation, right? And we've come up, Paula, how do I announce? Do I just say the name first, or is there a slide?
Oh, actually, sorry.
Okay.
I'm supposed to give you this.
Oh, really? Do I click it now?
When you click, it shows the name. So you have to give your justification.
I have to, oh, the justification.
You're sure. Anyhow,
Okay, I just want to, so we're starting with the third place. Yes, no, wait. We really liked this idea because it was taking a fresh look and innovative view on something that had been tried before, and very open to pivoting to solving a real life problem. So put your hands together for Fundy. Yeah. Presenting the prize. Vega, if you can join us on stage, please.
Where's Casey? She's coming. Is she coming or coming? Do we wait for her for the photo?
Yes, she.
She in our room.
Maybe we can see.
Well done, Fundy. You guys had a great presentation. You felt like a solid team. It felt like it was all of you together, a lot of energy. So well done. Okay, our second place is one of the ideas is actually solving a real life problem. Something that we can see would actually give a lot of benefit to the community. We enjoyed the pitch very much. Paula shared with us that he had done quite a bit of coaching. Just to tell you, it came through. We liked the fact that it was so practical and you were able to size your market correctly. And the second place goes to Tranquil. So Mustafa, we heard that you were told you speak too quickly.
Yeah.
It didn't come through today.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome. It came through. Okay, so our first place winners, unique advantage. We saw opportunities for scale. We also saw some really interesting revenue streams that they could potentially explore. The founding team, very confident, very balanced. There was a lot of synergy between both of them. But for this announcement, I think I need, Showman, please, can you help me a bit? Drum rolls. Showbiz, I'm sorry. Drum rolls, guys. We need some music. We need some hype. I don't know what it's gonna be. But please play some music before we announce.
Yes.
Dami, can you?
Oh,
Okay.
is it the other announcement?
Oh,
No,
okay.
you're the one presenting.
Oh, I'm
this one.
presenting this one. Okay. Well, sorry. We're just waiting for the music. Are your hearts beating? Yeah. Okay. Showbiz, are you ready?
Yes. 9 months. Pregnancy. And we're about to give birth to the product of hard work, the product of teamwork, the product of dedication and commitment to solving a real life problem. Let's give it a champion.
Guys, really
What's next position? Wow.
Take your time.
Thank you. Everybody.
But you solve the bigger problem. Come on, stop my mind. See this guy.
Yeah. Let's start this trick. Hold on.
No, I'm working this one like your wife.
Yeah.
No, about this.
Please, everyone settle down, please. Please settle down. Our guests, can you please have your seats, please? Thank you. Now your family. I prophesied this to you. I was the first prophet to say now your family. Wow.
Yes, we need to.
No, it's everywhere. All right, so the judges among themselves have decided to put some judges' choice in what is it? What is the judges' choice award, and their prizes for the presentations were enjoyed, and one more prize that I'll let Dami come on now. So please put your hands together for Dami.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
People are not recording this one. That let's not close.
It's all open. So, we really enjoyed ourselves. Like I enjoyed all the presentations. But we wanted to also like spotlight some presentations that we really loved. And the first, and this is from the judges. The first one is going to Nova Pass. All talking about like that's a solution would actually pay for. It just needs to be validated differently, right? Yeah. But it's yes.
It should be.
Thank you. The next presentation is by, give us the whole drama and everything, and you already know. It is Marble.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And the last award is for, I was going to do like some kind of drama. When you say hype man, you say. When you say hype man, you say. You really like you on the spot, you were coming up with really impressive stuff and you kept everyone. This award is also by Olumide Shoyombo, and we all agreed to it. So thank you
very much.
Give it up. That is not sharp man. All right, once again, please try to get up for yourself. This has been an amazing journey, even better than we anticipated. I am saying it. I continue to iterate that, look, these are the winners for today. Tomorrow, if you pitch, you'll be a different thing, but your business is not for pitching. It's for building, it's for creating value. So please be encouraged that you can continue to build, or you should continue to build what it is that you're building. One more gift, and this is to everybody, the fantastic folks who are creating something called GrowthCon. I'm going to let Volodymyr Chisom. Any come, Joe, come. We have alumni, your seniors in the house. And you have something for them, right? All right, so tell them what you have for them. Over here for the camera.
Hey, so Showbiz and I, we've been talking. Okay, so we've been talking for a while now, and he said something around planning a career fair. So we are going to leave everyone to get to GrowthCon, and Bola has agreed that everyone should just come with their CVs and thank you so much.
I don't know if this is actually the time to announce that she's anybody that collected awards, they don't give them work. They have like 3 years in the trenches. Only for people that don't. No, but thank you so much. The tickets cost 20K, right? 50K a pop. So yeah. So it comes with everything, the whole, lots of access to people. It's an amazing community. It's an amazing program. I know how much thought and process has been put into this. So, and it's happening just next week. So much value can be had. Just building your business, connecting with other leaders, and for the people who are looking for. So, thank you. All right. I think we've covered everything, haven't we? I would like you guys to please put your hands together for Elijah and Belagua. You know, when somebody has done all the hard work, my own work is just to be wearing white kaftan. I've been thrown in and out. But Elijah really is the heart and soul of the Tedlab program, and he's been a fantastic module coordinator. So one more time, Elijah. And Delacqua, who somebody said abandoned you guys. So Delacqua has been, you want to say something? Okay.
Yeah, to Pola,
let me finish now.
Thanks for always, thanks for always coming in here from the airport, all of you.
We're taking our professor.
Yeah, that's the best one.
No, I think I was sitting down there, giving everybody thumbs up after every page.
I would drag anybody that was dragging on Twitter.
I appreciate it. But I think you guys really have crowned our effort, and for that, I continue to be very proud of you. The last thing I'll say is the checks are not your personal accounts, okay? So it's not that you start thinking about should we shut down the checks, the grants, the cash grants are for your businesses. So you work with Elijah on how we get the money to your business account. You guys did the session on corporate governance and corporate responsibility. So the people in white envelope, I mean, there's already cash in your heart, so it might be a lost cause, but have already been planned. But for the people, it's a grant to help you get started, you know, to carry out your MVPs, test out, and to, you know, soften the landing. All right, so once again, thank you so much. Have I missed anything, Elijah? Are we good? Yes.
Okay, after you, so I want to just say something. At some point, you actually took energy of ID. Love can break you. I'm like, we go back to the I think this idea will work. It is a combination of everything. We move from insurance to education. We move across almost before coming here. I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Elijah. You don't know that Elijah is your biggest support. I'm the up. I'm the enemy. I'm the one that would not appear. So what's going on here? All right, but Casey, you had something you wanted to say? Yeah, call the Casey. I realize I'm the only one calling her Kelechi like her father. Every other person calls her Casey, right?
No,
All right. Cameras on her, yeah.
So when I asked, is there anything like post NUTM support? So many of our asks were, you know, mentorship, guidance, and all of that. So is there something that's going to happen after this program as a level of support for us to incubate us maybe?
From NUTM or from
all
together? I mean, you have my number, you have access to me as much as possible. The judges have also asked that I share the details.
Okay.
And as always, pardon?
Yeah, you can share.
Yes, as always, you still remain 2 or 3 degrees of separation from anybody in African tech, whether through me or through the school. So if there's anything you need, you always treat it like a buffet, right? The world is out there. It's always easier when you know the concrete thing you need from a person. So I'm not going to promise you that it's going to be the exact same where you can say, okay, Paula is coming here on Friday next week, no matter what. But whenever you catch me, I'm here to support. Really? Whenever you catch, you know, that's what it is. But NUTM, our job here at NUTM is really to just create the opportunity for you to do whatever you want to do. And to your point about iteration, that was the pitch, guys. Remember when we started this journey 8 months ago, the pitch was you have an idea, it will fail. If you're lucky, it will fail while the program is going on. So you can iterate, you can get better. I'm not saying this businesses, the 9 businesses we had today will be the exact same business in a year from now, but you've learned tools, techniques, you've built relationships, you've pitched it, you've watched your idea evolve. And so with these skills, we hope you've gone to, you know, do amazing stuff, and we're strongly behind you. We're rooting for you. So give yourselves a round of applause one more time. And thank you. Thank you to everyone who made our time to come out on a Saturday. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I see so many alumni from class 1, class 2, and now class 3. OG, you're amazing. Guys, put your hands together. And the rest of the NUTM team, the guys who are doing everything, if there's anybody watching at home, if you say those watching us at home, I don't know. But thank you once again. And where's the after party? Not Hard Rock. Should we go?
Yes, Sporting Lagos. Sunday match, yeah.
No, that's the difference. We don't use to mix. All right, see you guys later. Thank you. Hey! First walk, oh, don't forget. You get because of this evening. And you have the many programs. All right.
Thank you so much.
You guys try.